Hi there, thanks very much for joining me. My name is Moira MacDonald and I primarily make cards. I've shot this short video to show you some of the cards that I've made recently and also a sort of vintage travel junk journal that I've put together. Hope you enjoy watching, and by all means leave some comments. Oh, and could you subscribe if you haven't already done it? Thanks very much. Right, we'll start off with this card. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Jazz hands! Everybody seems to do that at the beginning of these videos, so might as well join in. Anyway, this card is just a sort of vintage style card. I've used a backing paper that it was a digital paper I downloaded from the internet, one of the Etsy shops. I'll make sure that I leave a note at the end of the video to say the shops that I've used. Similarly, the images were from another Etsy shop, you know, the women. I've actually printed them out on cream cardstock. The paper, the images themselves are black and white, with a sort of gold coloured overlay finish, but I felt that they looked better with the sort of sepia tones, so that's why I decided to do them on the cream cardstock. I've stamped the backgrounds with a variety of stamps, most of which are from Crafty Individuals. This one and this one I believe are Tim Holtz, but I think all the rest are Crafty Individuals. Cut out a wee tag here and used one of the Tim Holtz words. Put a wee bit of gold embroidery thread. I quite often like to do a wee bit of matte and layering on my cards. I think from what I've seen on TV that's more of a British thing than it is an American thing. But I do think it lends to sort of framing the image. All of the cards that I do tend to be 6x6, and I do paper inserts. Very rarely do I print them unless someone specifically asks for them to be printed with something. Again, mainly because I quite like my cards to be suitable for any occasion. So it may well be that you would want to use it as a thank you, or you could be using it as a birthday card, or even a get well. You know, it's just whatever you want to use it for. Sometimes it's just because you really want to send a card to somebody to let them know you're thinking of them. Handcrafted by BygonesCards. Find us on Facebook. BygonesCards is the name of my shop, and I've got a wee Etsy shop, so if you want to have a look for it, you'll find me under BygonesCards. This little card is again 6x6 in size. I have used black cardstock, and today I had ordered the Dilution sprays which arrived. I embossed it, dry embossed it with a folder I've got, and then gave it a spritz of the bubblegum pink. Hopefully it's showing up in the camera, it's really difficult to tell. I did a lining here of one of the Martha Stewart punches. I bought it on eBay, and it's quite funny, when I first went to use it, it just wouldn't go through the card. It's not particularly thick cardstock, and I know these sort of punches aren't really intended for heavy cardstock, but I tried it and it just wouldn't go through, and I thought, oh, this is probably why this has been sold on eBay, because it came from an individual, it didn't come from a company, it was second hand. So I ran it through using tin foil, which is, as far as I'm aware, how you're meant to sharpen the blades with these sort of things, and tried it again with a card, and it cut absolutely no bother at all. It was really quite good. The image again is one of these digital images I got from an Etsy shop. I'll leave a note at the end. I cut the corners with another Martha Stewart punch, matte and layered that on black cardstock on top. And that's that. There you go. This is the last of my cards for today. Quite similar to the first one I showed you, in as far as it's the same backing paper. I used a different variety of stamps and different digital images on this. This is a Tim Holtz, Crafty Individuals, Tim Holtz, Crafty Individuals. This stamp here is, believe it or not, it was a pack that was sold in Lidl. I can't even remember the name of it, but it's a range that they quite often seem to sell papercraft from. I think it's Celador or something like that. I'm not really entirely sure, but it was kind of vintage themed. Again, I bought it on eBay. It wasn't overly expensive. I think it was something like $1.99 plus postage, but it gives quite a nice range of stamps. I got this fabulous wee die cut, or die should I say, lemon something or other, or lemony whatever. No, Lemony Snicket. I know it's not that, but it's by a company that was Lemon something. You cut it out, die cut it out, and it will cut as a strip of 4 tickets or 5 tickets. I'm not sure. And I basically, the way it stamps out, you're able to colour through the die itself. So admit 1 comes through if you're using the likes of Distress ink. A wee bit of washi tape here, another one of these, it's a wee die cut tag, and Tim Holtz word. Can't even remember the name of the word set, because I think I didn't realise until fairly recently, but he's obviously done more than just one word set. Card just the usual, lined inside. Hope you like that. Please again leave any comments you can if they're helping me out and constructively to let me know if there's anything else you think I could add to my cards. Right, here we go. This is my junk journal. My second junk journal. What I've done here is I've used a digital paper. It's kind of travel orientated, this journal. The papers are very they're very old in appearance, and as far as they're sort of Latin. Not ideally what I'd wanted. I mean, I would have just liked to have got some maybe 1930s type maps, but you can never be this specific when you're looking for things. So anyway, this is the wee journal, and a wee bit of lace down the back, or sorry, down the spine. I used brown cardstock for this and just scored it at the appropriate bits to fold it over. The back page is a page from an old AA map. I scanned it in, used one of the filters just to make it look more aged, and again it came out quite well. Right, so here we go. First page is one of the Latin maps, and it's Scotland. Purely by chance, Scotland was in the package of maps I got, and it was probably the main reason I actually bought it. So there you go, it's an old Latin map of Scotland. I used a couple of ARTYmaze papers in here. This is the first one, and I've actually sewn. Got a sewing machine. Oh man, I mean, I've not sewn for years, but I must admit I really enjoy sewing paper. What's wrong with me? Sewed a wee bit of lace down the edge here. Made this wee envelope with my wee Memory Keepers envelope board, a couple of the digital images, old stamp, tag. Oh, there's one of these altered paper clips that I've made. Again, just some paper and another digital image. These are, I mean, you see these quite widely when you're watching junk journal videos, so I don't know, I would make comment on whoever it was that first showed it if I knew who it was, but there we go. Inside, another digital paper. It's a letter of some sorts, I believe. Not sure what language it is. Could be French. I've sort of distressed the back again just to make it look kind of vintage, but it can be used as a journaling spot, that. Right, so let's get into this. There's another one of these digital pages. I actually sort of creased that up and went over it with Distress ink to really add to the age. Another page for the road map with some digital images on it. You've got, I sprayed the inside with, I'm not sure if it will show up here, it's one of the Lindy Stamp Gang sprays in sort of a brown shade, Stamp Secrets, and a wee bird there in the corner. It's lined paper from ARTYmaze, so you can certainly use that for journaling. One of the old pages. Did a wee bit of embossing paste here. Now I bought the tonic embossing pastes that have come out quite recently, the sort of pearlescent ones, but I got the mother of pearl because I'd watched a video on YouTube of somebody who had added some distress ink colouring to the paste, and it coloured it really well, so that's exactly what I did. I used one of the green shades of Tim Holtz ink with the mother of pearl embossing cream and ran it through a stencil. I think it's a Diane Reevely stencil I had. Another wee bit of stamping here from, these are Tim Holtz I believe. Some of the digital images and a wee bit of the stencil that makes it look aged. Cut out this wee sort of envelope wallet shape from a paper pad that I got. Just I didn't have any sort of die or dimensions. I just measured out the picture I was going to put in it, made it a bit bigger, folded a couple, you know, maybe a centimetre or so on either side, scored them and whatever in at the bottom to use that to stick on, and that's one of the digital images. This particular page has been sprayed with Lindy Stamp Gang, and it's actually it's greaseproof paper, but it makes that crinkly noise that everybody seems to really like when it comes to junk journals. A couple of images here, just in there as a wee tuck spot. Oops, I'll need to stick that back on again. Wee envelope that I made, and another wee letter. I'll hold on to that and I'll get that stuck again later. Another wee envelope, old map page, and another one of these decorated paper clips. Book page, and that's a Tim Holtz stamp down the bottom there, Enjoy the Journey. One of the ARTYmaze papers that's lined, so ideal for journaling. I've got some paper bags. I cut the end off and stuck some paper from one of the paper pads I have either side, just to sort of strengthen it up a wee bit. A couple of wee decorative tags there. Made a wee tag using a decorative paper, did a wee bit of stamping on it and a wee bit of washi tape, some images. This is an image from a book I got from Crafty Individuals not that long ago. It's just a book of, I think it's called Miniatures, the book, and it was on sale, but it's really quite useful for sort of vintage images. And one of the digital images again, and another letter. Looks like an old receipt. Plenty of journaling on the back, even though I've used the distress ink, you can just colour over that. Another wee bit of my sewing, wee bit of lace. Another little pocket that I did, and another tag I made from a paper set, a paper kit I got. A wee bit of washi tape, some, I think they're nearly all Tim Holtz stamps, just about anyway, and some stamping on a piece of square paper at the back. Another decorated paper clips, a couple of wee bits of stamping in an old image. You've got a doily where we stamp on it there. Another wee bit of sewing with a piece of fabric behind it. I'd sewn this image onto the fabric just to see how it would go, and I quite liked the way it came out. Old music paper. It really does look old. It's got wee tears in the corner. This is a napkin that I decoupaged on and then overlaid it with some Lindy Stamp Gang just to give it a wee bit of sheen. And here we go with another one of the tags I made, another old image, and another little envelope tuck spot here made out of the old music sheets again, and I've run a wee bit of lace sewn down and sewed the paper on here at the corners. That's more of that embossing paste from Tonic. I think it was actually a pink shade I used here. It didn't come out pink. It might have been it's like sponge. I think it was either sponge sugar or tattered rose or something like that it's called. But it's not come out terribly pink, but it certainly isn't Mother of Pearl. That's the stamp there's from Tim Holtz again. Another one of the images of the flowers with the fabric underneath. This is the other side of that envelope with, you maybe recognise her, she was on one of the cards I showed you earlier. Just another wee journaling piece from one of the Etsy shops, and another tag I made. Wee bit of lace here sewn on again, book page, map, greaseproof paper, more stenciled paste and some images. Could certainly still do a wee bit of journaling there if you wanted. Another one of ARTYmaze papers sprayed with Lindy's, and another sort of bill, French bill. And then the back page, I'm not entirely sure what that's a map of, but it's certainly very old in terms of it being Latin or whatever. And that's it. So there you go, that's my second junk journal. Almost getting to be an old hand at the May. You can let me know what you think. I'll be putting my cards on my Etsy shop at some point quite soon, and I think I probably will put this junk journal on for sale as well, although I haven't, at this stage I've still not really considered what sort of price to be looking for or anything about it, so I'll have a think about that first of all, but maybe keep an eye out for the Etsy shop anyway. It's BygonesCards, and you can have a look at the other work I've done. If there's anything that you want to ask, any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I'm always happy to discuss paper crafting, because I don't have anybody in person I can talk about it with, so it's quite good if somebody actually bothers getting in touch and leaving me comments. Thanks very much for your time. If you get the chance, subscribe, and as I've said, leave any questions or comments, and bye bye from Jazz Hands. Bye!